It's Tim Lawton with my weekly forward look video, and I am here on Southwick Green because it's the Ada St George's Day parade. A bit later than usual, but there's some controversy over when St George's Day actually is this year. Normally it's the 23rd of April, but apparently if it's during Easter week, it has been the following week. So technically St George's Day is on April the 29th this year. Anyway, we're here today, fantastic parade, really good turnout from all the troops of Beavers and Cubs and Scouts throughout the Ada Valley. Last week we had a really good debate which I posted on my website about school funding on Thursday, and I spoke up, as I have done over the last couple of years, about getting fairer funding for schools in West Sussex. And we had a very lively session at the Home Affairs Select Committee I mentioned last week, where we had representatives from Facebook and Twitter and YouTube in front of us who were really woeful in trying to justify why they are continuing to allow their platforms to be used for hate crime, promotion of terrorism and all sorts of things that they vowed to do something about. So we gave them a really tough time, and that video is well worth watching on the parliamentary website as well. Now the week ahead, we've got no significant Brexit votes that I'm aware of this week, but of course it changes from one day to the next. We are doing a whole load of technical stuff on things called statutory instruments, and this week we're having to look at statutory instruments and vote on things to do with sanctions post-Brexit on countries like Belarus and Zimbabwe. Last week we had a very heated debate about regulations post-Brexit on seed potatoes, believe it or not. There is a really interesting private members bill again this week about climate change. That is obviously in the news at the moment. I met Greta Thunberg last week, and we had a big demonstration at Parliament, and I put a separate podcast on my website about that. And then we've again some technical legislation on a national insurance bill to do with national insurance and taxation treatment of sports testimonials and other technical things like that. So it's not a big week in Parliament. I'm meeting representatives of the probation service who run the probation service in Sussex this week, where actually we've got one of the best probation services in the country. The government is looking to make some changes, so I want to get up to speed with them. It's also Maternal Mental Health Day this week, and I'm joining a round table of people suffering from various maternal mental health problems, but people from the medical profession and others, to make sure we do a lot better with looking after parents and young people who have various mental illness problems in particular, something I've been involved with for some time. There's also a big report coming out from the Children's Society this week about how we need to do better with the transition from children into adulthood, and so often it's that 16, 17, 18 year old cohort where they're getting support as children, they become adults, and that support drops away. We need to make it a much more seamless service where we've got young people who need help and support to get them into higher education, get them into jobs, get them into supported living and accommodation or whatever it might be. Then of course Thursday, it's the local elections we have in Worthing. I'm not going to tell you how to vote, I'm just going to urge you to go and vote, because it's something that everybody should do. It makes a difference to how local services are being run. Then I've got a series of meetings in the constituency with some of the local councillors on Friday, and then on Saturday there's a Christian Aid event being run by the Church of Good Shepherd on Saturday afternoon to raise funds during Christian Aid Week. It's always a good do, and this year they've upgraded from the normal sort of throw-out breakfast or tea to Prosecco and cream cake, so there's still tickets available if you want to go along on Saturday afternoon. And on Sunday, hopefully, it's the bank holiday weekend again, I'm going to catch up with a bit of gardening, and I'm a bit behind on all my entries for the Shoreham Horticultural Show this year. They've got a meeting on Friday, so I need to knuckle down and do something in my garden that's been rather neglected. Nothing significant on Brexit this week. As I said, that could change, and I'll give you an update next week. But I'm going to join the fun, perhaps not on the bouncy castle, with the St George's Day parade on Southwick Green, and hundreds and hundreds of Scouts, Beavers and Cubs doing a fantastic job. And I just want to say thank you to all the leaders within the Scout movement who do such a fantastic job. I was a Scout many decades ago, and it's a really worthwhile thing to do. So thank you to all of the volunteers.